been a minute since I've seen you, since you've seen me. And by minute, I mean a full year. How are you? Did you get that new job? Oh, what's new with me? No. Thank you for asking. You're so sweet. I got a lob haircut. I'm doing great. I'm just kidding. I'm simultaneously glued to the internet while living under a rock, otherwise known as laying on my couch wrapped in a fleece blanket, drinking tequila, all while playing the New York Times app game called News Updates, and trying not to spit fire at the end of Game of Thrones. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, really. I think the whole Danny's crazy and kill a woman in power is a little I mean, look. Maybe I would have believed it and have been more on board with it, had been further developed and shit. I'm just kidding! Fuck you, HBO! You turned into that show into the fuckboy we always knew it was, and his name is Chad. Oh my God, I'm talking about shit that literally doesn't matter. I'm so sorry. Let me talk about stuff and other things that have happened in the past year since I have seen you. Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court even after the outcry that he's a sexual assaulter, effectively making all women angry, even if some of them don't know it yet, because white men will always get what they want. That's one. U.S. Voters elected one of the most diverse congressional classes ever, where 102 women were elected to the House. Yeah. Incoming class of lawmakers now has a record-breaking number of women, people of color, and the LGBTQ representatives, making Nancy Pelosi, your very nice, you go girl mother-in-law, a little mad, and boy, it's a bad look. Donald Trump confirmed that the U.S. will leave the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. The next day, Russia followed suit with suspension of its obligations to the treaty, making sure that we all know Trump and Putin love the phrase, I know you are, but would you mind? Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, a Boeing 737 MAX 8 bound for Nairobi, crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 157 people on board. The MAX Boeing 737 MAX 8 and MAX 9 models were then grounded worldwide. As someone who hates flying myself, boy, this is great news. I love popping up my phone and reading the news updates on this one. That was great. Michael Cohen is going to jail and gave a testimony in front of Congress where he admitted he believes Trump to be a racist, a con man, and a cheat. On the bright side, how many lawyers get to say that about their clients in front of Congress? I mean, hey, this guy's a racist and he didn't pay me. Oh, I go to jail now? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Trump crossed the DMZ in North Korea, making him the first U.S. president in history to do so, and yeah, that makes sense. We don't know what Kim Jong-un thought of in the meeting, but we wouldn't be surprised if he was just like, well, this guy thinks a lot of himself, my God. UK Prime Minister Theresa May resigned, and UK appointed Boris Johnson, a guy who looks like if Trump and Gary Busey had a baby. Both former and current prime ministers support Brexit, which means even the racist gas got to our neighbors. It's not our fault or theirs, because bigots are everywhere. The U.S. women's soccer team won their second World Cup, and team captain Megan Rapinoe said that she wasn't going to the fucking White House, making her my instant crush forever and ever, amen. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on sex trafficking charges against children and later committed suicide in what seemed to be a drastic turn of events. Lots of people don't think it was a suicide, but you know what? When you're that rich and you abuse kids, we all kind of doubt it. In a real-life reenactment of a pot and kettle, Trump then blamed the Clintons for his death. And look, I'm not going to wade into conspiracy theory pool on this one. I'm not like that. But I do think it'd be nice to have a candidate for president who has no connection to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, what a far-fetched idea. I know, wild concept. So, Jesus. Iceland marked the complete melting of one of their glaciers that I can't pronounce well by holding a mock funeral in which organizers posted a plaque that read, "In the next 200 years, all our glaciers are expected to follow the same path. This monument is meant to acknowledge that we know what is happening and what needs to be done. Only you know if we did it. So if you're baby crazy, good news. They'll be around to watch when the world dies." The Democrats have started their runs for the White House, and Joe Biden is a creep. We already knew that, but some didn't know that. I wasn't fully aware, and then I was. But I wasn't entirely sure I wanted him in the race anyway, because there are 3 capable women running for president. No, I didn't include Tulsi Gabbard or Marianne Williamson. Gabbard uses terms like fake news. She's donated to anti-LGBTQ groups. Plus, she's the candidate all the Russian bots on Twitter are pushing and stoked to push because she'll lose. They invented the hashtag Kamala Harris defeated to promote Gabbard. Oh, and Marianne Williamson is a nut job who more or less said in the 80s that you could be cured from AIDS just by thinking good. Look it up. It's a real thing. Bernie Sanders is in the presidential race again, reminding us all that white liberal America is a bubble that doesn't like the words, "There are 3 capable women running for president." If some candidates on those debate stages had a smidge of clarity, they would stay in Congress or run for Congress where, we need them. Yes, Elizabeth Warren has a similar take on Sanders, but, let's get one thing straight, okay? She was formerly a law school professor, specializing in bankruptcy law. As a progressive, she has focused on consumer protection, economic opportunity, and the social safety net while in the Senate, okay? So no, Brian, she didn't steal Bernie's platform, okay? I will not debate you at this outdoor brewery space. Literally, fuck off. Let me enjoy my cider. I go against the grid. Look, Sanders has an appealing economic platform. I will vote for him if he is on the ticket, but Warren has been doing this her entire career. She didn't steal it from anyone. Yes, they're Democrats. They should agree. What is wrong with 2 people on the same side agreeing? It's like saying Steph Curry should never pass the ball to Klay Thompson. They're on the same team. And don't be like, oh, blah, 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 Warren used to be a Republican. Yeah, back in the 90s when we had New Coke and Clear Pepsi, but oh, by the way, Trump used to be a Democrat. Look, Russian bots are the reason we are in this mess, okay? They create conflict in the party when it is fractured, and by the time the general election rolls around, we're fucking bitter. Don't do that. This is what fucked us in 2016. What are you doing? I can't. I live in a hopefully soon not to be gerrymandered state, you know. And the state districts anyway are the congressional districts, they're still pretty bad. All of it's still pretty bad. Everyone watching here, okay, live lives there too. So please, don't cast a write-in protest vote. We're gonna fucking lose it. You know what that's real. You know what matters? Don't throw away your vote like you do one too many Starbucks napkins. There are people in your state of North Carolina who are being stripped of their rights to vote, and guess what? They're not white. So please, stop voting third party. Vote actual party. Don't do that. You know who votes? You know who votes? Racist old white people, and they will do that. They will die, but right now they outnumber you at the polls. If you let them, your protest vote is the literal definition of white privilege. And if you want change, get over your shit and play on the same fucking team so the monster doesn't win. Spider-Man left the Marvel Cinematic Universe and left us all on a cliffhanger at the end of the movie. But hey, at least one half of the Koch brothers is dead. This was all real.